Greetings. Sherlock Holmes once said, "The world is full of obvious things which nobody, by any chance, ever observes." He was talking about how the most simple things go unnoticed because we're so focused on the larger details. It's easy to get lost in the loud and flashy things that grab our attention. But what about the subtle cues, the fleeting gestures, and the small changes in someone's behavior? You see, actions speak louder than words. And in the world of human interaction, they often reveal more than what someone says. Let me share a story. A friend of mine, let's call him Bubbly, was always the loud, energetic one in our group. But one day, I noticed something different. His laughs were a little quieter, his jokes a little less frequent. He started using phrases he normally wouldn't, and his responses seemed more forced than natural. At first glance, it wasn't obvious. He was still showing up and still engaging. But something in his tiny mannerisms told me that something was off. And so I decided to ask, not with assumptions, but a simple curiosity. And that's when he admitted that he was struggling with academics. He was unsure of whether he could keep up, and it overwhelmed him. Now, I didn't have the solution to his problems. But by noticing the small shifts in his behavior, I was able to offer him the space to talk about it. And here's where empathy becomes empowering. Because once he felt heard and knew that his struggles were acknowledged, he began to see beyond his own limitations. Instead of bottling it all up, he started asking for help. He began participating in more discussions and engaging with the material in ways he hadn't before. He moved from a place of isolation to inclusion, all because someone noticed those small signs. Now, these small signs are also known as microbehaviors. They are the tiny unconscious things that we say and do, and they work like puzzle pieces. You see, they may seem small and even insignificant, but the more you observe, the more you start to connect those pieces. But let's be real. We can never have the full puzzle because we can never fully understand another person. We all carry our inner worlds and complexities that make us who we are. And that's okay. But with the pieces we do have, we begin to see a much clearer picture than with just that one piece. And here's where empathy comes in. It is empathy, that powerful yet often overlooked tool that helps us uncover the bigger picture by tuning into those small, almost invisible signs. Now, empathy isn't just emotional, it's biological too. You see, when we practice empathy, we utilize two areas of our brain, the anterior insular and the anterior cingulate cortex. Additionally, mirror neurons activate both when we perform an action and when we see someone else performing the same action. It's why we wince when we see someone stub their toe. Going further into the science, research in psychology has shown that empathy increases resilience and motivation. When people feel understood, their stress levels decrease and their ability to cope with challenges improves. Essentially, empathy is hardwired into our brains. This brings me to another story. Several months ago, I was struggling with anxiety and self-doubt, and it made me feel completely isolated. And one day, a friend noticed that something was off. Now, I hadn't said a word about it, and my behavior wasn't screaming for help, but something in the way I carried myself made them pause. And so they simply sat next to me and they said, "I'm here for you if you want to talk about it." That's it. No pressure, no judgment. They didn't try to give me advice or fix me. But in that simple statement, I felt seen. I felt understood. I didn't need someone to solve my problems. I just needed someone to know that I was struggling. And just knowing that someone was next to me, even in my uncertainty, gave me the strength to keep moving forward. Empathy fuels empowerment by showing us that we are worthy of our support, that our struggles don't make us any less capable. It reminds us that we aren't alone in our struggles, that we have the strength and the companions to push through. Genuinely listening and supporting is one of the most empowering gifts that we can give someone. It's not about having the answer to people's solutions. It's about reinforcing their resilience, reminding them that they can handle it. So, how do we empathize and how do we empower? Here are 4 steps. Step 1, observe and recognize. Pay attention to the micro behaviors and pick up those puzzle pieces. People often won't say when they're struggling, but their actions reveal subtle clues. Step 2, listen and validate. Approach the person with open curiosity and listen to their answer. Active listening is the key. You don't need to have all the perfect words. You just need to be present with them. That's empathy. Step 3, support and encourage. From understanding their pain, help them see their own strength, but also be there to support them. Guide them from seeing the roadblocks to seeing the possibilities, reinforcing their potential. And step 4, empower. Help them take small, achievable steps to overcoming their struggles. And take a note of this. Sometimes being there for them consistently is the most empowering thing we can do, because we're reminding them that we're not alone. With these 4 steps, we can use empathy as a tool to uplift others, reminding them of their own strength. So I leave you with this challenge. The next time you observe a change in someone, a moment of hesitation, pause, ask, and listen. Because sometimes that small puzzle piece is the key to uncovering the bigger picture. And that's all someone needs, to know that they're not alone. Empathy is the invisible bridge that connects our individual struggles, reminding us that we're more alike than different. So let's keep building these bridges, one puzzle piece at a time. Thank you.